I think there's a lot of stuff out there which can seem fulfilling on the surface, but just isn't quite it. And I think the biggest sense of fulfillment for guys, or at least in my opinion, is through solving meaningful problems and just having something to aim at. And this has been something which I've just found over time, where even when I hit milestones, which I thought would be, and make me feel really fulfilled, it was only somewhat temporary. And although I can look back on some of the things that I have done and be quite appreciative of things, at the same time, I realized that that is only temporary. And again, life keeps moving. And so there has to be something more that is going to make me feel fulfilled, going to make me feel on track, and generally give me just a sense of direction. And I'm finding more and more so that it is just coming down to solving meaningful problems. Because I know that when I was working on my old sort of LinkedIn lead generation business, it wasn't something which I frankly cared about. I got into it for the wrong reasons. And obviously I paid the price a little bit. I suffered with burnout. But the thing that mattered the most, or at least now at least, is that what I was doing there is I was solving a problem, they just weren't very meaningful. So I didn't want to do the work. Now I'm doing stuff which is more meaningful. It's still difficult to some level, but I'm solving problems that I want to solve. And so through doing the work that is somewhat meaningful or more meaningful than what I was doing before, it gives me more energy. It makes me feel better about what I've done through the day. And this is the thing as well, because I find that for guys as well, having, for example, leisure time where perhaps you're not really working as much, you're relaxing a bit. I mean, I think that's cool, right? Like, I'm not going to say, oh, you shouldn't have that because I have that as well. But I do also find that having too much of that, I feel like just doesn't actually feel as valuable. And sometimes I almost slip into a thought of, well, I feel like I'd rather be working right now, working on this meaningful thing over here than just doing more of this, which, is kind of weird, but I think that's just sort of how we are built as guys, or at least my sort of view on it. Because again, I think if you've got something meaningful, which, every day when you wake up, you're like, yeah, I want to do this thing, right? I want to work on this. I want to build on this, then that's cool. And I think that's really cool. And I know for me at least, right? I like at the moment of recording, I'm still trying to get my first video game out, using sort of AI to help me with it. And once I get that first game out, which I see as almost like a first project, I'm already going to move on to the next one. Like I've already been thinking about what that next game's going to look like, right? It's going to be a different genre. It's going to, require, or just the game's going to be entirely different from the first one. And I think what's at least nice of what I'm doing is there's always something to aim for, right? Once I've made the first game, I'm on to the next, I'm on to the next, I'm on to the next. And just thinking about ways where I can make games which I would enjoy playing. And hopefully, if I enjoy playing it, then other people will as well. And it's a matter of taking those ideas, taking that creativity, and putting that into action. And that's another really big thing for me as well, is I found, at least for me, might not be for everyone, I find that doing things that require a bit more creativity is far more enjoyable. The business I had before, things were very repetitive. Waking up, doing the exact same thing, the exact same tasks every single day. The stuff I'm doing now, sure, I'm doing similar things, right? I'm recording videos, I'm, doing game development stuff, but it requires a level of creativity, and that for me was really, really meaningful. So this video is more so just around helping just perhaps maybe other people identify what actually is meaningful. And I believe, again, I think it is just solving meaningful problems. And I think if you don't have, or if you don't believe that you've got anything, I guess, meaningful or problems that are meaningful for you to solve at the moment, I think a lot of it is going to come down to just figuring out, what you like, what you're good at, what the world needs and what you can get paid for, effectively making an ikigai. Or at least that's what helped for me. And, if it gives you any form of clarity, then that's a positive. But I think starting from there and be able to put and dedicate energy towards that is going to be really key. Because I think if you can start dedicating energy towards something, towards meaningful problems to you, I believe for most guys, that's going to leave you at the end of the day feeling just a little bit more fulfilled and proud with the time that you put in. But let me know your thoughts on this. Keep working hard. I'll chat soon.